Rowan Alexander, RJ Barrett Jr., born June 14, 2000, is a Canadian professional basketball player for the Toronto Raptors of the National Basketball Association, NBA. He was selected third overall in the 2019 NBA draft by the New York Knicks after 1 year of college basketball with the Duke Blue Devils. Born in Toronto as the son of former basketball player Rowan Barrett, Barrett shone at St. Marcellinus Secondary School in Mississauga, Ontario, before transferring to Montverde Academy in Montverde, Florida. He was a five-star recruit and the consensus top recruit in the 2018 class, earning Naismith Prep Player of the Year and Gatorade National Player of the Year accolades in his final high school season whilst playing as a shooting guard a majority of the season. He was ranked the top player in his class by all recruiting services and was the first player since LeBron James to sweep all major awards in high school and win the national championship. With the Canadian national under-19 team, Barrett was named MVP at the 2017 FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup after leading his team to a gold medal. He debuted for the senior team during qualification for the 2019 FIBA World Cup. Early life and career. Barrett was born in Toronto, Ontario, to Kesha Duhaney and former professional basketball player Rowan Barrett. Early in his childhood, he developed an interest in basketball and played with a mini hoop in his playroom in France, where his father was playing professional basketball at the time. In the 2005-06 season, he started playing organized basketball in the youth setup of JDA Dijon Basket. While living in France, Barrett attended a French school, but was taught English by his mother. He lived in a number of countries due to his father's career and shoot-around after games and practices. Barrett additionally played basketball with players his age through the clubs his father was a part of. His family settled in Mississauga, Ontario in 2008 when his father left professional basketball. While growing up, he was also involved in football, 100-meter sprinting, and the high jump. At age 12, after struggling in a basketball game and coming home crying, Barrett began focusing on basketball instead of football to avoid missing tournaments. At that age, he told his father that he wanted to be an NBA All-Star and make the Basketball Hall of Fame. He sometimes trained with Steve Nash, his godfather and father's friend. Barrett, under the guidance of his father, emerged as one of the best under-12 players in Ontario. He attended Horizon Jeunesse in Park Royal, Mississauga, leading his school team to a city title for Mississauga French elementary schools, where he was named Most Valuable Player, MVP, despite facing older opponents. Barrett also played for the Regional Elite Development Academy, REDA, under-12 program on the Amateur Athletic Union, AAU circuit, facing many teams from the United States. When he was 12, he was identified by the Ontario Basketball Association as one of the best players in his age group, and he consequently trained with the Canada Basketball Junior Academy, through which he competed for the Ontario provincial team. By age 15, Barrett was generally playing the point guard position. On August 3, 2014, he scored 37 points and grabbed 7 rebounds in a 93-53 win over Quebec at an under-15 provincial tournament. Through grades 7 and 8, Barrett attended École Secondaire Jeunes Sans Frontières, a French-language school in Brampton. High school career, St. Marcellinus, 2014 to 2015. While we don't often give praise in the early stages of a player's career, 9th grade, Rowan Barrett Jr., 2019 6'4" wing, is proving to be the exception, a cold-blooded killer, still out for blood. Special. Elias Spiet, analyst for recruiting website North Pole Hoops, on Barrett in 2014. Barrett began high school at St. Marcellinus Secondary School in Mississauga, whilst competing for the Brampton Warriors AAU team through the Reda. After his 27-point effort for St. Marcellinus against Bill Crothers Secondary School, on October 9, 2014, Canadian recruiting website North Pole Hoops labeled him special. Hamambo special, despite only being in his first year. In February 2015, he was named MVP of the Guy Vetri Memorial Tournament after scoring 41 points and making the game winner for Reda in a 74-72 win over BTB Academy. In April, Barrett was invited to the Region of Peel Secondary Schools Athletic Association, or OPS-AA, All-Star Game. At the game, he was recognized as the best prospect in the ROPS-AA. In the same month, Barrett scored a game-high 25 points in the Futures game at the BioSteel All-Canadian Basketball Game, which featured top grade 9 and 10 players across Canada. Montverde Academy. 2015, 2018, sophomore year, 2015 to 16. In September 2015, 1 week after touring top prep schools in the United States, Barrett announced that he would leave St. Marcellinus. Later in the month, he transferred to Montverde Academy, a school in Montverde, Florida, with a decorated basketball program. Barrett made the decision in order to take his game to another level, but described the transition as rough. On December 7th, he chipped in a team-high 18 points in a nationally televised game versus Huntington Prep School. Barrett erupted for 31 points on December 21st in a loss to Chino Hills High School at the City of Palms Classic quarterfinal. On April 15th, 2016, he tallied 22 points and 8 rebounds at the 2016 Jordan Brand Classic International Game, earning game MVP honors. At the end of the season, after leading Montverde Academy in scoring, Barrett was named to the Max Preps Freshman All-American First Team. Junior year, 2016 to 17. I love the kid. I think he's really, really talented. He can handle the ball, can get to the basketball at will. He's tough, he's competitive. He can go both ways offensively. Defensively, he's not afraid to guard the best player on the other team. As a coach, you can't ask for much more, which is why he's the camp MVP. Fred Vinson on Barrett after coaching him at Basketball Without Borders in 2017. Entering 2016-17, Barrett's sophomore season for Montverde, he was among 20 players named to the USA Today High School Sports All-USA preseason team. In November 2016, he was named to the Naismith Prep Player of the Year award watch list. In December, Barrett led Montverde to a City of Palms Classic title, scoring a team-best 15 points in the finals against Memphis East High School and received tournament MVP honors. He recorded 21 points on January 16, 2017, in a 73-67 win over Bishop Montgomery High School to help his team win the Spalding Hoop Hall Classic. In February, Barrett garnered MVP accolades at Basketball Without Borders, a 3-day camp during NBA All-Star Weekend. He joined the World Select Team at the 2017 Nike Hoop Summit, posting 9 points and 2 steals in 20 minutes. Barrett finished the season averaging 22 points and 7 rebounds per game in high school, being tabbed National Sophomore of the Year by Max Preps and making the Naismith All-American Third Team. Senior year, 2017-18, on July 31st, 2017, Barrett reclassified to the 2018 class because he believed he was ready to move up and to be in college a year earlier. Entering the 2017-18 season, he was named to the USA Today High School Sports All-USA preseason team. In his season opener on November 28, 2017, Barrett led Montverde, ranked the #1 team in the nation by Max Preps, with 29 points in a 97-55 win over the Rock School. On January 11, 2018, in a nationally televised matchup with Orlando Christian Prep, he scored 24 points. Barrett posted 22 points and 10 rebounds on January 15th to defeat Mater Dei High School at the Spalding Hoop Hall Classic. On March 23rd, he played in the signature All-Canadian Showcase, which featured 24 top Canadian prospects. Later in the month, Barrett took part in the 2010 McDonald's All-American Boys Game, where he scored 26 points. In March 2018, Barrett was awarded the prestigious Morgan Wooten National Player of the Year award for displaying outstanding character, showing leadership, and embodying the values of a student-athlete. One of the ways Barrett exhibited these attributes was by being involved in the Basketball Buddies program of Montverde Academy, where he was in charge of mentoring young basketball athletes with their basketball skills, as well as advising them on how to manage their academics. In the 2017-18 season, he led the undefeated Montverde team to the Geico National Boys Basketball Championship, recording 25 points and 15 rebounds in the championship game. Barrett scored a game-high 20 points to go along with 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals at the 2018 Nike Hoop Summit and was named MVP, recruiting Barrett at the 2017 Nike Hoop Summit. While attending St. Marcellinus Secondary School, Barrett was tabbed as the top Canadian prospect in the 2019 class. Barrett was rated as a 5-star recruit and ranked the #1 overall recruit in the class of 2018. He received scholarship offers from several major universities, including Arizona, Duke, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Missouri, Oklahoma, Oregon, Texas, UCLA, and USC, according to ESPN. Speaking to NBADraft.net in April 2017, Roy Rana, who coached Barrett at the 2017 FIBA Under-19 World Cup and at the Nike Hoop Summit, was quoted as saying about Barrett, "A star, a potential superstar down the road." On August 16, 2017, Barrett narrowed down to 5 schools: Duke, Arizona, Oregon, Kentucky, and Michigan. On November 10, 2017, he announced that he would be attending Duke for the 2018-2019 season. Commenting on his decision, he said, "It feels like home. And obviously, they have a great coach. I love Coach K. I've been watching Duke since I was really young." College career Barrett with Duke in 2018. On November 6th, in his first regular season game, he posted 33 points and 6 assists against second-ranked Kentucky at the Champions Classic, breaking the Duke freshman scoring record in a debut. On December 3rd, 2018, Barrett was named Atlantic Coast Conference ACC Rookie of the Week. Barrett tallied his first double-double on December 5th, with 27 points and 15 rebounds versus Hartford. On December 10th, 2010, Barrett earned ACC Player and Freshman of the Week honors for the second time. On January 28th, 2019, Barrett earned his third ACC Freshman of the Week honor. On February 9th, Barrett scored 26 points in an 81-71 victory against Virginia. On February 17th, Barrett recorded 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists in a 94-78 win over North Carolina State. It was the 4th time in Duke history, second time under Mike Krzyzewski's tenure as head coach, where a player recorded a triple-double for the team. On February 25th, 2019, Barrett was again named ACC Freshman of the Week for the 4th consecutive time. At the end of Duke's regular season, Barrett was named a member of both the Sporting News All-American First Team, ACC All-Freshman Team, and the All-ACC First Team, alongside his teammate Zion Williamson. Barrett was named USA Today's Player of the Year. On March 22nd, Barrett led the team in both points and rebounds with 26 points and 14 rebounds in an 85-62 win over number 16 North Dakota State in the NCAA tournament. He saw action in a total of 38 games, starting all 38, as a freshman, averaging 22.6 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 4.3 assists a contest. Following Duke's loss in the 2019 NCAA men's basketball tournament, Barrett announced his intention to forgo his final 3 seasons of collegiate eligibility and declare for the 2019 NBA draft. Professional career: New York Knicks, 2019 to 2023. 2019 to 20 season. On June 20th, 2019, the New York Knicks drafted Barrett with the 3rd overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft with the nickname Maple Mamba because of his playstyle resemblance to Kobe Bryant. On July 3rd, Barrett officially signed with the Knicks. On October 23rd, 2019, Barrett made his debut in the NBA, starting in a 111-120 loss to the San Antonio Spurs with 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. On December 17th, Barrett scored a then career-high 27 points with 6 rebounds, an assist and a steal in a 143-120 win over the Atlanta Hawks. Barrett came down with a sprained ankle in a game against the Phoenix Suns on January 16, 2020. On March 2nd, Barrett tied his career-high 27 points by hitting a clutch layup before the game ended. He also had 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal in the 125-123 victory over the Houston Rockets. Barrett with the Knicks in 2020. Barrett finished his rookie season averaging 14.3 points, 5.0 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 1.0 steals in 30.4 minutes. He appeared in 56 games, starting in 55. He was controversially left out of an NBA All-Rookie team after the premature end of the regular season, 2020-21 season. On December 21st, 2020, the Knicks announced that they exercised their 3rd-year option on Barrett. On January 23rd, Barrett scored a then career-high 28 points, along with 5 assists and 2 rebounds, in a 119-104 win over the Golden State Warriors. On March 13th, Barrett scored a then career-high 32 points, along with 5 rebounds and 3 assists, in a 119-97 win over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Barrett made significant strides in his second year, finishing with 17.6 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, and 3.0 assists. Barrett also made big improvements in his shooting, finishing the season shooting 40.1% from the three-point line and 74.6% from the free throw line. Barrett started in all 72 games during the season, which was shortened due to the COVID-19 pandemic, playing 34.9 minutes per game. The Knicks made the playoffs for the first time in 8 years, securing home court advantage in the first round. The Knicks ultimately lost 4-1 in the first round to the Atlanta Hawks. 2021-22 season. On January 6th, 2022, Barrett recorded 13 points and 6 assists and ended the night with a contested game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer, giving the Knicks a 108-105 victory over the Boston Celtics on a night where New York trailed by as much as 25. On January 10th, against the San Antonio Spurs, he scored 31 points, and on January 12th against the Dallas Mavericks, Barrett scored 32 points, setting a franchise record, becoming the youngest Knick to get consecutive games with at least 30 points at just 21 years old. He also became the 8th NBA player to tally 2,000 points, 500 rebounds, and 300 assists by 21 years old, joining Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Durant, and Luka Doncic. On February 6th, he scored a then career-high 36 points, along with 8 rebounds and 5 assists, in a 122-15 overtime loss against the Los Angeles Lakers. On February 25th, Barrett scored a career-high 46 points in a 115-100 loss to the Miami Heat. He became the 7th player in NBA history to score 3,400-plus points, 1,100-plus rebounds, and 550-plus assists before turning 22 years old, joining Kevin Garnett, Tracy McGrady, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Luka Doncic. He also became the youngest Knicks player to average 20 points per game for a season at 21 years old. 2022-23 season. On September 1st, 2022, Barrett re-signed with the Knicks on a 4-year, $120 million deal. He was the first player to agree to a multi-year extension after a rookie deal with the Knicks since Charlie Ward in 1999. Toronto Raptors, 2024 for present. On December 30th, 2023, the Knicks traded Barrett, along with Emmanuel Quickley and a 2024 second-round draft pick, to the Toronto Raptors in exchange for OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, and Malachi Flynn. In his first game with his hometown Raptors on January 1st, 2024, Barrett put up 19 points and 9 rebounds on 50% shooting from the field goal in a 124-121 win against the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was reported by Zach Lowe of ESPN that some NBA insiders had labeled Barrett's contract a toxic asset following the trade. On January 7th, 2024, Barrett scored a season-high 37 points on 13 of 20 shooting, along with 6 rebounds and 6 assists in a 133-118 win over the Golden State Warriors. On November 1st, 2024, Barrett recorded a season-high 33 points and achieved a then-career-high 12 assists in a 131-125 loss against the Los Angeles Lakers. On November 16th, Barrett achieved his first career triple-double with 25 points, 10 rebounds, and a career-high 15 assists in a 126-123 overtime loss to the Boston Celtics. National team career, Barrett was the youngest player on Canada's under-16 national team that won silver at the 2015 FIBA Americas U16 Championship in Argentina. Pouring in 14.6 points a contest, he led his team in scoring during the tournament. He averaged 18.4 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game at the 2016 FIBA U17 World Cup in Spain, en route to Eurobasket.com's All-World Cup U17 second-team honors. In July 2017, Barrett made headlines with a 38-point, 13-rebound, and 5-assist showing as he guided Canada's under-19 squad to a 99-87 semifinal win over the U.S. at the FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup. At the time, NorthPoleHoops.com described this performance as Barrett's biggest game of his career so far. He subsequently led Canada to the title, tallying game highs of 18 points and 12 rebounds in the championship game against Italy, and was named to the tournament's All-Star 5 and also the tournament Most Valuable Player. Averaging 21.6 points a game, he was also the leading scorer of the tournament. In June 2018, he made his debut on Canada's senior men's national team, scoring 16 points in a 97-62 win over China. On May 24, 2022, Barrett agreed to a 3-year commitment to play with the Canadian senior men's national team. On September 3rd, they qualified to the quarterfinals of 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, in the process securing a berth at the 2024 Summer Olympics. Barrett ultimately sealed the victory with a 3-point shot and won the bronze medal over the United States in the third-place game. Barrett outplayed his Knicks teammates Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart with 23 points on 50% shooting from the field. He combined with Dillon Brooks, 39 points, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 31 points, for 93 points. This was Canada's first ever World Cup medal, and first medal at a major global tournament since the 1936 Summer Olympics. He was named to Canada's roster for the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. Personal life: Barrett's father, Rowan Barrett, was born to Jamaican parents and raised in Toronto. He played college basketball for St. John's before embarking on a professional career spent in Europe and South America. Rowan Sr. was a longtime member of the Canadian national team, which he captained at the 2000 Summer Olympics, and later became Executive Vice President and General Manager of Canada Basketball. Barrett is the godson of Steve Nash, a Basketball Hall of Fame inductee and former head coach of the Brooklyn Nets, who played with his father on the Canadian national team. Rowan Sr. first met Nash, who was about 2 years his junior, while playing for the under-19 national team, and quickly became close friends with him. When Barrett was a baby, Nash bought him his first crib. Barrett's mother, Keisha Duhaney, is a native of Brooklyn, New York. She was a nationally ranked sprinter and long jumper for St. John's University, before working for the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. Barrett's parents first met while attending St. John's. His maternal aunt Dahlia Duhaney was a member of the Jamaica team 4x100 Metres relay that won a gold medal at the 1991 IAAF World Championships. Also on his mother's side, his grandparents ran track for the Jamaica national team, and his uncle played football for the University of Maryland. Barrett can speak French fluently, although he admitted to being a little rusty in 2018. After Barrett graduated from high school, his brother Nathan joined the prep basketball team at Montverde Academy.